It's Talking Habs pregame show before every Montreal Canadiens hockey game, game preview, lineups, the Guess the Score contest, good hockey talk, and more. Get your questions ready with your host, Rick Seligman. Go Habs, go! Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. All right, it's game day. We got a game tonight. It's at 10 o'clock. It's a late game. They're in Las Vegas to take on the Vegas Golden Knights. And so we got that tonight. I'm going to do a preview. I got a couple of other things. And let's say hi to whoever is here. Daryl Adams, Habs Guru, David. How's it going, David? Let's see now. Daryl asks once again about Carey Price. No, the word I had it in a video yesterday. So Carey Price is basically restarting his rehab for the off-season surgery. So I gotta say he's at least a month and a half away. So I mean, Price won't be around. I wouldn't be surprised if Price does not play this year. We'll see. But I wouldn't expect him back now. I'm figuring April. That's the best I can say. I mean, they put out a little bit of an update yesterday, and that's it. X3J, how's it going there? So let's see. First, I'm going to lead off with this actually for any baseball fans out there that were hoping to see baseball come back to Montreal. Well, guess what? The X-rays are dead. Major League Baseball has killed the return of the Expos. They totally said no to the idea of the shared time between Tampa and Montreal. So that's it. That's all. There's no all that hope and all that over the last how many years now. It's right now it's all dead. So no Expos return for a little while at least. Hey, Harry Rice, how's it going? It's been a while. Not that long, but you know what I mean. King Julian, how's it going? All right. So, okay. So now on that, not on that. So that's it for baseball. We're a hockey show. So, okay. So, with all the, we don't know if we're going to have a rebuild here or whatever. The new GM says to him, rebuild. Well, he didn't say rebuild, but he said, it's all, the words don't mean anything to him. Reset or whatever. It doesn't mean anything to him. He wants to build a team that's going to be good for a long time. So that's what I think that means, a rebuild personally. So I think there's going to be a rebuild. And he was talking about how there's a lot of pieces here. There's some really good pieces here to build around. I'm just, to me, those words mean that they're going to announce a rebuild. All right. So of the players that are here, Josh Anderson has come out today and said, I really want to stay. I love it here in Montreal. He says, I signed a long-term deal for a reason, to stay here and win in Montreal. So Anderson would like to stay. It's clear. And yesterday, Tyler Toffoli also came out, said basically the same thing, that, he'd like to stay here. He'd like to be a leader here, be looked up to as a leader and stuff like that. So those two guys have come out and say it. And so I'm seeing this stuff on Twitter, of course, Twitter. And just people are wondering, like, what about Brendan Gallagher? Because we know he said he's not sure. So we'll see if Gallagher does come out and say that he'd like to stay or not. If he doesn't, you got to figure that he's going to want a trade if they're doing a rebuild. All right, so that's that. Some breaking news. This is breaking news, and I bet you guys did not know this, what I'm about to say. Breaking news. There's enough people here to reveal this breaking news. The Toronto Maple Leafs are soft, and this is according to their coach. Sheldon Keefe called his team soft last night, twice. And I don't know if he said, I don't know how you fix that, but Sheldon Keefe calling the Maple Leafs soft. Maybe one of the last people in hockey to realize that the Maple Leafs are soft. Last night, they were up 3-1. Oh, it's a familiar number. 3-1 against the Rangers, and they end up losing the game 6-3. Choke. So the Maple Leafs are soft. Breaking news. Who would have thought that? There is a revised schedule. So for there's a 12-game revised schedule for the Habs. 10 of the games were games that were already postponed. 2 of the games are games coming up that are postponed, are going to be postponed, so they can make the schedule work out. So here it is. So basically, February's gotten filled up where there's no games. There were no games because of the Olympics. They're not going to the Olympics, so they're filling up the schedule. The 8th, 10th, 12th, 13th, and I think the 12th, 13th, that's Super Bowl weekend because there's 12:30. The games are at 12:30, which I hate that, but what are you going to do? In the afternoon, not at night. And then the 17th, 20th, 21st, 23rd of February are all games that are, I think one of them, though, the St. Louis Montreal game that's going to be on the 17th is actually getting postponed from the 1st to the 17th. Yet, the 3 games at the end of the month that are at home haven't been postponed yet. So they may still be on. So I don't know what's on there. So and then there's also April 26th, Buffalo at Montreal. That's being switched over to the 23rd of February. So you've got they're filling out the schedule with the games that were postponed. So they're going to try to obviously get this 82-game schedule in. There's enough time with the 3 weeks they had in February set aside for the Olympics. So there's that. So let's see what you guys are saying. Oh, a lot of comments there all of a sudden. And then I'll get to my preview. Where are we? Boy, a lot of comments. Okay, here we are. Expos will get an expansion team in like 6 years when there will be needs money because of this garbage lockout. Yeah, I don't really right now. I don't give a shit about baseball, right? Again, baseball just disappointing me. Hey, Robert, how's it going? Been quite busy with yourself, like playing, doing a lot of playing and stuff. Yeah, just joking. That's okay, Harry. Just I noticed I had missed you. I hadn't seen you for a while, so it was good to see you back in the room. Hey, Julie, how's it going? Quite not quiet, been quiet busy. You could be quiet busy. Still, that'll work. Harry, bring back the Expos. No worries. All right, Harry, bring back the Expos. It might take you a while to get that money, though. It's a lot of money. Good to see top player on the team buying in if management lets them stay. Yeah. Well, I kind of think they'd keep Anderson anyway. Well, as we all know, I've said I think I would keep Anderson here. Toffoli is good to see that Toffoli would like to. I kind of figured Toffoli wants to, but at some point it becomes a business. I don't whether they'll do that or not. He does have a good contract though. Gallagher's gone at the deadline, 100% if he doesn't want to stay through a rebuild. Toffoli, likely captain, I think. Well, Toffoli could be gone too, just a business thing. But yeah, I kind of Gallagher, and he'll be. I would think Gallagher will be relatively in demand, if not in high demand. Just the contract might be a little harder to move, but Bay, they have always been soft. Talking back to the Leafs. Well, we all know this. It's just that, it seems like Toronto's just finding that out. Well, okay, so Sid, if Sid is a big Leafs fan, he's the one tweeting that out. So I guess I don't know what it means. I just like the Leafs calling themselves soft. Bay, they're not even like a tenth as good as TSN and Sportsnet claim. But that's just me. King Shark. I can't speak. Keefe was probably holding soft since the first round exit. Not surprised the word soft came out twice. Yeah, now that it's come out, he's probably going to say it every time. They're just so soft. The Marshmallow Leafs. Super Bowl weekend, February. Well, I figure that because they always do two I don't know how long it's been. They've been doing that, but Super Bowl weekend afternoon games, just 12:30 is really early. Robert, if Price is gone, who's our next number one? Well, Price, I can't see trading Price till he plays again. If Price is not coming back at all this year, then it's not going to be a trade to worry right now. Anyway, who's our next number one? They could hang on to Allen. I saw someone say Montembeault. I doubt that, but there'll be goalies available. They'll probably try to maybe in one of the trades pick up a goalie. But I don't think Price can be moved without playing. Who's going to trade for him without seeing that he can play and he's fine and all that. I don't know. Harry, yeah, I know. I hate those 12:30 start times. It's not that I don't get up late or anything like that. At the latest for me, like if I get up at 8, that's late. So it's not a problem. It's just so early to have to start. So I don't know. I might not do a pregame show, or I'll just come on 15 minutes early and do a pregame show quick before. Like, I don't know. It's just so early. I hate that. And, well, the 12th, 13th, then on the Monday is my birthday. So weird. Harry, I kind of agree. Toffoli's become a kind of a fan favorite, and he really likes it here. But it's a business in the end, and we'll see what they do. Robert, I'm trying to read that. I'm not. I think there's a typo in there. Mary Jo, hey Mary Jo from England, how's it going? Oh, good start time, I guess, for you tonight, right? You get to watch it in the morning. Won't be awake for the game? Wait a second. What's the time there? The game's at 10? Isn't it like morning time over there? Anyway, it's too bad. That's too bad that you won't be able to see the game. I used to, by the way, have a great night. I used to really like, no, I read that. Can't wait for the off season. I've been watching Habs 50 odd years and haven't been so excited about our future. Yeah, I mean, the same thing here. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, the trade deadline should be pretty interesting. I think the next couple of years, this team's going to get molded into hopefully a winner, championship team, hopefully. Oh, Mary Jo, okay, let me see. It's 10. I thought it was longer difference. Oh, that sucks then. That's too bad. Beba, yeah, Anderson, I figure there's a few. Anderson, if they keep Toffoli, maybe Edmondson. Guys like that. I think there'll be guys, obviously, you got to have some bets. Francophones count already low in Montreal with KH as DG. Do you think Francophone talent will have a better chance to get picked by Montreal? Well, Luke, he was actually asked this, I believe, it was one of the French questions. So not my strong point, but from what I gathered, what he said was that he has a lot of clients that are from Quebec, right? Originally, Vinny Lecavalier, Patrice Bergeron, Chris Letang. He listed, I think, one or two others. So he feels that he's actually, not that he's better qualified, but he already kind of has a focus here in Quebec. So I think that, yeah, I mean, I think just naturally right there. I think it might be, even when you consider everything going forward with, just think of language laws that might happen here in Quebec. We already know about taxes and all that. It might be easier for them to find, to have a lot more French players than they normally do, just for, an economical reason, if that's the right word to use for that. But I think, he does have a lot of clients, or has up until now, that are from Quebec. He's from Quebec. I think, yeah, I think it might open up them looking better, scouting better here in Quebec in the QMJHL and stuff. If that wasn't such a babbly answer, well, it might have been a good answer. Hugh said he will be looking for good French players. Yeah, because I think he does that already. I don't see why he wouldn't do that here. Harry, I don't know if you could ever say we're covered at future, C left, whatever. You can never be too covered. You don't know how years play out, injuries, all that kind of stuff. You're always better to just keep the supply coming. And if you have too many, you move out guys and get what you need. Paquette, no, definitely. Paquette and Perreault, you got to figure Paquette and Perreault aren't going to get re-signed. Perreault might, are they keeping him out on purpose? Or is he really that injured? Or like, will he be retiring? He's 33 now, he'll be 34 next season. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to. Paquette better not come back. Luke, what do you mean by he's more sensitive to people's perceptions? I don't. I think he'll do what's best for the team. I think if that means a French player, that means a French player. Like I don't know what you mean by that. I just think with all this talk with the language, like I didn't like the beginning of the press conference yesterday. They bumped the French. Does that mean they should have bumped the English and left? They bumped the English. Should they have bumped the French opening and left it in English? No, but they should do something that's bilingual. If they're saying that they don't like not understanding an English answer, well, I don't like not understanding a French one. So why not just have it be bilingual? I don't know. Anyway, that's just me. Hey, David, have a good one. Yeah, babe, I think you're right? You got to draft what best available. Positions will work themselves out over time, and you move guys around if need be for that. Luke, I do too. I have a good feeling about him. We'll see. It's the honeymoon period. Let's see how he does. But one thing you got to stress, you got to have patience with this guy. Why? Because if they go to a rebuild, the results might seem like they're not there for a couple of years, right? And then we'll get down on them and all that. And it's stupid. You got to give them the time to do some stuff. So, as much as we've been waiting, we got to wait a little bit longer. But you got to look at what he's doing, and not look at is there success right away, because there's not going to be. At least I hope they're going to do a rebuild at this point. They will trade Price. Here's why: 10 million. Us that for offense. I'm not sure what you said there. I'm going to get to the last three, and then I'm going to do my preview. I wish we could have the best person for the job. Listen, this guy might actually have that thing. He might actually be the best person for the job, and he's perfectly bilingual. And not only is he perfectly bilingual, but if they want to say, well, he speaks with an English accent, he doesn't. He speaks pretty good French, Quebecois. So, they can't really complain, just that his name's not. So I think we're getting, I'm hoping we're getting the best of both worlds here. Harry, I don't know that I agree with you in this. I don't know that he said he has to go get Quebec players. I think he just meant that, they might do a better job scouting here in Quebec and that. I don't know. I didn't read into it that, that he's not going to look for the best players available, because I think that's what he's going to do. All right, let me get to my my preview, and then we'll get back to this. We got a lot of time, although I could stay till 8, but the game's not till 10. So, all right, so we'll start with the game now. So the game tonight is Montreal at Vegas. Canadiens are 8-25-5. Man, there's an 8 there now. Wow, 21 points, 8th in the Atlantic. The Golden Knights are 23-15-2 for 48 points and first in the Pacific. How to watch the game tonight. Start time is 10 p.m. Eastern Standard, 7 p.m. Pacific. In the Canadiens region, TSN 2 in English, RDS in French. If you're in Vegas, ATTSN in Rocky Mountain. Streaming ESPN Plus, NHL Live, RDS Direct, TSN Direct, and Sports Surge. Betting lines tonight. All right. For the spread, Montreal plus 1.5 gives you plus 130. Vegas minus 1.5, and that gives you a minus 150. Money line for Montreal plus 280. If you take Vegas, minus 360. Over-under is 6. If you have the over, it's minus 120. If you have the under, plus 100. Previous matchup, November 6th of last year. Golden Knights 5, Canadiens 2. Previous to that was the third round of the Stanley Cup Finals, when Montreal beat Vegas 4-2. Last 10 games for both these teams. Look at that, Montreal 2-6-2. It's not 1-7-2. It's been like that for like 5-6 games. Awesome. They're on a 1-game winning streak. Vegas 4-4-2 on a 1-game losing streak. Tail of the tape tonight. Scoring chances for percentage, 46.1% for Montreal, 25th. 50.6% for Vegas, 16th. Goals per game, 2.16 for Montreal, 32nd. 3.45 for Vegas, 6th. Goals against per game, 3.66 for Montreal, 32nd. Oh, they got a lot of 32nds in that list. Whew. For Vegas, 3.03, 18th. Power play percentage, 12.2%. As it is going up a little bit, it's still 32nd. 20.6% for Vegas, 13th. PK percentage for Montreal, 74.6%, 27th. And for Vegas, 77.8%, 24th. So potentially, if the power play could possibly get, they don't have a great PK in Vegas. Head-to-head record, last time they were allowed to play before the playoffs. Last year, 0-1-0 for Montreal, 1-0-0 for the Knights. Face-off percentage, 47.4% for Montreal, 27th, and 46.9% for Vegas, 29th. Montreal's actually better in the dot than Vegas right now. Hard to believe, but that's what it says there. In net tonight, I think it'll be Montembeault, 2-6-3, 3.72 goals against, and a 9.02 save percentage. And it's supposed to be Robin Lehner for Vegas, 15-11-1, 2.95 goals against, and a 9.04 save percentage. And I happen to pick him up today to get a game in and maybe a win, because I don't know. I'll do that. And because I picked him up to get the win in the fantasy tonight, Montreal will win. It'll be the first time this season they get 2 wins in a row if they win tonight. Like, wow, that could happen. So I did the goalies. Last 5 games, players to watch. Jonathan Drouin for points for Montreal, 4. Goals for Montreal, Dvorak with 2, which he got in the last game. Drouin for assists with 3, and Cale Clegg plus 3. On the night side, Dadonov for points, 5. William Karlsson, 2 goals. Dadonov again for assists, 4. And Braden McNabb, plus 1. Team leaders. Montreal, goals. Josh Anderson with 8. That number's changed. Wow. And points, Nick Suzuki with 21. That number's changed too. Wow. I'm freaking out. Ben Sherratt still without a picture. Time on ice leader, 23 minutes, 23 seconds. And Jake Allen will be stuck there for a while with that 5. He's out. That's for wins. I read something today that I don't know if it's verified that he might be out a month. For Vegas leaders, Marchessault, goals 18, Chandler Stevenson, points 37, Pietrangelo, time on ice 25-51, and Robin Lehner, 15 wins. And the bottom 5 in the league has not changed. Buffalo, Seattle, Ottawa, Arizona at 31, still 3 points up on Montreal because they also won their last game. Awesome. And Montreal dead last with 21 points. Current line, Montreal on the road tonight, so their away record is 3-15-4. Vegas's home record is 12-10-2, as my dog will probably bark. Record versus the spread, 15-23-0 for Montreal, 16-24-0 for Vegas. Record versus over-under, 19-18-1 for Montreal, 24-14-2 for Vegas versus the opponents. These opponents last 3 seasons, 6-3-0 for Montreal, 3-4-2 for Vegas. Is that including the playoffs? I don't know. Last 10 games versus spread, 4-6-0 for Montreal, 4-6-0 for Vegas. Last 10 games versus over-under, 5-4-1 for Montreal, 6-3-1 for Vegas. Now we get to the Habs lineup, and we're getting close to the end here. Nick Suzuki in between Toffoli and Evans. Okay, this cannot be right. Rem Pitlick in between Drouin and Anderson. Dvorak in between Dauphin and Hoffman. Paling in between Pezzetta and Lehkonen. I think he put the names in a blender. Sherratt and Savard, first pair. Clegg and Petrie, second pair. And Romanov and Weidman, third pair. Okay. And Montembeault is the starter. You don't always have to take that it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4 for the lines. But, I mean, look at the line mates. That doesn't make sense. Scratched, Sami Niku. Injured, Jake Allen, lower body. Brendan Gallagher, lower body. Matthew Perreault, undisclosed. And Edmondson, undisclosed. COVID protocol, Armia and Caulfield. For the Knights. Stevenson in between Janmark and Dadonov. Carlson in between Marchessault and Smith. Roy in between Carrier and Colasar. Howden in between Amadio and Patrick. McNabb and Pietrangelo, first pairing. Theodore and Whitecloud, second pair. Hutton and Coughlin, third pair. Lehner starting. Adam Brooks scratched. Eichel still out with his neck. I think it'll be another month or two. Pacioretty out after wrist surgery. Martinez, facial laceration, and Brassois upper body on COVID protocol. Mark Stone, Nicholas Haig, and Logan Thompson. Good to have Mark Stone out of the lineup if we're going to play them. So there you go. That's my preview. All right. What are you guys going to say now? What are you guys going to say to me now? Let's see where I was when have a good night, Robert. I'm sorry you're probably already gone. Harry, I do think there are obviously good players to be drafted from Quebec. It's just we need to get them in late rounds. Otherwise, they get way overhyped, in my opinion. Well, if you have the quality scouting, that shouldn't happen. And you never know. There could be, well, look, Lafreniere, maybe he was overhyped, but I mean, we didn't take him, but he was the first overall. Luke, you have a point about the hype on Quebec players, but we need them anyway. We don't need Quebec players at all. If they're the best players available to draft, yes, go for them. But we shouldn't force the Habs to grab Quebec players just because. You see, I didn't get that from what he said. That doesn't mean that they're going to draft them just because they're from Quebec. It just means they'll have a better scouting and a better eye on the queue and Quebec players. I don't think that means they're going to draft more necessarily. It just means they'll have a better eye. So I didn't take the same. I didn't take it the same way, I guess, as you did. But no, drafting the best player available. That's what they should do. That's what every team should do, and that's when you get in less trouble usually. There just seems to be the shift is on OHL, WHL, and Q gets ignored. Yeah, I think it's more. It's kind of about that, right? The Q won't be ignored with Montreal. Doesn't mean they're going to draft more players from the Q. It might, but it doesn't mean that just because they're going to look at them more. Yeah, so I didn't get that. He's gonna. Yeah, he already must have. Like he gets a lot of Quebec players for his when he was an agent, right? For his agency. So he must have something scouted, whatever, here in Quebec. He's just going to keep doing that. And I'm going to shut up because I'm babbling now. The words don't want to come. They need to just look at the Q, players from Halifax in the NHL. They need to look everywhere. Hey, BL, next year when they get Connor Bedard, fingers crossed, you should always put if. He has a French-sounding surname. Give it a year and the French media will have him from Shawinigan instead of Vancouver. Kind of how the Flying Frenchman came about, right? Some actual French players and some players that had French names that weren't, they were pushed out to the media as the Flying Frenchman, and that's how that goes. So yeah, we'll just do that again. That lineup has Vegas quaking in their skates. Definitely does not, but well, they beat us already once. So, I kind of think, because I said this before they came back from the COVID break and everything, that I think we'll see some better play, probably winning, a little bit more than we have the first part of the season so far. So, that's probably what we saw or what we're going to see. So I expect they're going to win a little bit more. So does it make Vegas like afraid of us? No, not necessarily. But we did beat them in the playoffs last year, and if we're starting to play better, hopefully we can stay up. And they don't have Mark Stone tonight, so maybe it'll be good. And maybe having Robin Lehner in there would be good for Cole Caulfield. Hey Bob, how's it going? How many times is that now for Armia having COVID? I think 3. But apparently, like he had last year, he was the one guy with the big COVID scare here, right? So then he was a false positive, and I thought he was out on COVID earlier, but he was probably just injured. So it's 3, possibly 4. I'm not sure. And apparently for Caulfield, it's 2. Once last season and once this year. And I think last season it was when he was in, I guess, college. I don't know when he got it last year. I really don't. Julie, what is it you're saying there? Buyout? Is that what you're saying? Buyout who, though? Pris. I'm not sure who that is. I'm sorry. Hey, Bane, how's it going? Bane. I went through my preview. I hate 10 o'clock starts, man. As much as I hate 12:30 starts, I hate 10 o'clock starts. It's just too late. I mean, it's going to finish around what? If it's a fast game, about 12:30, and if it's a little longer, it's going to finish about 1. That's too late. They say South Africa is free from COVID now. I didn't hear that. Apparently, here we're on the way down. We've reached our peak, and we're going to start going down. Maybe they'll open things up again. Hopefully. Bane's going out on a limb saying Montreal wins tonight. Well, they're also due to have 2 wins in a row. So since it was an unlikely win the other night, why not tonight? Hey, Filibuster. Thank you. And greetings back to the family. Where's over here? I'm not sure where over here means. Have the Senators game on with the sound down, watching Brady Tkachuk. The guy Boo Bevan should have took instead of KK. Oh, you're talking about Bergevin. Instead of KK. Love what he brings to a team. Yeah, listen, I was a Brady Tkachuk guy. I don't like the kid now, but I think if he was drafted by Montreal, I would. But yeah. Anyways, still, that's history. It's not going to change. Beba, yeah, it's worse for you out there, for sure. Yeah, I like I'm used to the 7 o'clock start. 7 o'clock start works for me. Yeah, Bane, unfortunately, but I don't go to bed usually till 2 at the earliest. So it'll be a night where I'm probably going to be up till 4. Got to unwind a little bit after. I can't just go right to bed, that's for sure. So yeah, I hate that. England Oz dropped all mandates and mass things. I don't know what the Oz is. Good for them. Yeah. Listen, I don't know where I stand anymore with that stuff. I'm getting tired of lockdowns and shit like that. So I'm vaxxed, all that, and I want to do things if I want to do things. Still got to stay safe and be careful, but I think we know what to do now. I think in general we know how to handle ourselves going out and stuff. Anyway, I don't want to be talking about that all night either. Habs win 5-3 tonight with the Pez getting the first one. Where from? This last game he got one off his teeth. Where's he getting it? Like, how's it going in this time? Impressions of the new brass? Well, a little early, really, to have an impression, honestly. I mean, I like what I heard and all that, but it doesn't mean anything until things start to happen. But so far, so good. So far, so good. I mean, I like what he said. Oh, yeah, we got somebody there to keep an eye on. Jesus, Rick, do you like any players that aren't Habs? Do I like any player? What do you mean by that? I like players that aren't Habs. Come on. Hey, hockey fan guy. It's not that, Phil. It's not that I don't. That I'm finally seeing both sides. That's not fair to say. I'm What I'm seeing is governments, especially in Canada, the provincial governments, that don't have an answer for after 2 years, except to do the same thing as at the very beginning. No, 2 years later, we shouldn't be there. We should be advanced somewhere. So that's all. I haven't really changed my total stance, but we should be farther. We should be handling it better. Harry's got Caulfield open in the scoring. Well, they ended it all now because I would imagine they're also in the downswing from Omicron. Doesn't mean that something else isn't going to pop up and they go back to it. So don't say it now. But yeah, at this point, anyway, I don't know. I don't want to get into a conversation all night on this. Oh, okay, Phil. I thought you were talking about the other goal. It's going to go off his stick this time. Bob, I think that Vegas wants to destroy the Habs on home ice in Vegas. They want payback for the playoff loss last year in front of their fans. It could get ugly tonight. That's a good point, actually. So, Julie, okay, buyout price is what you're saying. Not spelt that much better this time. No, because the penalty for that would be way too much. It's got 4 years at 10. No, when you buy out somebody, right? So however many remaining years that they have, you got to pay them out for double that. So it's 4 years. It'll become 8 years. Sure, it'll be less, but believe me, that first year after the buyback's going to be like $11 million, $12 million off the cap. So no, it's not good. You don't buy out a guy until he's in the last 2 years. And Price's contract is too high to buy out. In my opinion, I'm going to be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay. It's if it was opposite day today, and you read Phil's comment there, yes. Remember, it's opposite day. Rick loves Matthews. Loves him. BL, yeah, I don't like Brady Kachuk. Not that I don't like him, like I don't think he's talented or anything like that. I don't like that attitude that they have. The way he's a shit disturber, I don't like that. He's not on my team. I'm not gonna like him when you're a shit disturber. Marchand, similar. Matthews, totally different. You guys make it sound like you don't have players you don't like. Hockey fan guy, yeah, Caulfield's out with COVID, yeah. Yeah, Caulfield and Armia are both out. I would imagine, what, another 8 days? Harry Rice is a famous TSN 690 caller. Harry Rice is a famous Talking Habs chat room guy. And mod. Harry's a mod here in the room. How many players hit 50 goals this year and who? Not too many? I don't know. Matthews won't hit 50. It's called choke. Once the games get more serious, he's going to stop scoring as much. I'll never give Matthews an inch. Ovi, does he have? I don't know. He should hit 50. I think if they play 82. Pedersen, I don't know. I don't know what he's got going on down there. Anyone notice Vancouver has no forwards or defense in the All-Star game? They have to have somebody. If they have a goalie, well, they have one person. They got to have one. Okay, well, Bane, they got Demko. We got Suzuki. And that's you get one. Nobody else really deserves it, I guess, over there in Vancouver also. That's it. Okay, what are we at? Yeah, another couple of minutes. I'm going to take off here. And then remember, the game's at 10, so I'll be back in a couple hours to do the game. I just didn't, I didn't feel like doing the pregame at 9. Just thought that's late to do a pregame show. So I thought I'd do it early. And that's pretty much it. So before anybody leaving or you're here, having a good time, please give a thumbs up. And I don't know what else to ask at this point. But it looks like we're out of audience participation. So usually when that happens, it's time to go. I know it's a late game. I don't imagine everybody will be back, but hopefully you can make it back. What was Price abusing? I have no idea. How would I know that? If you remove all of Gretzky's goals in his career, where does he end up in the overall point scoring list? I don't know. However many assists he has, he ends up somewhere. He'd still be pretty high up. Lucas, no, we played them November 6th. Hang on, let me check. It's up here. Last time we played, November 6th. They beat us 5-2. Habs future looking up. It looks like it. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but it looks like it. Yeah. Baby, that would be a good guess, but I don't know. Does it matter? And what's the necessity of knowing what it was? Enter tap, he'd still have first, yeah? That's pretty cool. Laurentian, I don't really want to talk about that, but I think you might be wrong. I don't think she is. She just, I don't know. She's gotten herself in a lot of trouble on her Instagram. A lot of controversy there, let's put it that way. You want Roy from Vegas on the Habs. Why? What's about him that's special? Oh, let's not get into that. I'm going in a minute anyway. Who will take Drouin? Drouin's only got 1 year left on his contract. You might be able to trade Drouin. I don't know. He puts up his points. It's not like Drouin doesn't produce points. So I think with 1 year left, he could be moved. Lecky, Brett, that's Kulak. PM. Who's PM now? And Carey Price. Who's PM? I don't know why that's not coming to me. Will get traded. Yeah, we don't really know. After listening to the press conference, you're not sure it'll be a full rebuild? Yeah, nothing in there made me think not, to be honest with you. What's my one biggest expectation of the new Montreal management? Geez, I don't know. That they'll build a winner? I don't know. I don't have an expectation at the moment. Why would is David Perron even still playing? Why would you want David Perron here? Giroux's not coming here, and you got to pay him too much. And again, Letang. I mean, you want to spend money on players in a rebuild like that. I don't know. Again, I don't agree with you, Renaud. He is a sook with a quitter's rep. Who's that? Who are you talking about? Laurentian, you're good friends with Drouin's grade 10 teacher. And what does that mean? McDavid to Kings. No, that's just, come on. Another Edmonton to LA. No, that's not. I've never heard that. And what does the teacher have to say about Joe? Apparently, Drouin was a spoiled little brat at school. Apparently, but you don't know this. So we're not going to sit here and talk about Drouin when he was a kid because none of us know this. Steve Yzerman put Drouin in his place. Okay, I didn't hear that one. I think if McDavid gets traded to the Kings, they go to final. He's not getting traded to the Kings. Come on. Oh, you're talking about back then. I was wondering where Yzerman came into that. You might be right. I know they didn't get along. Drew and Yzerman did not get along. Colorado versus Leafs is your Cup Finals prediction. Thoughts? Yes, Leafs can never make it to the Cup Final because you got to win a round of hockey to get there. So I don't see how you're going to have that happen. They're not going to win any rounds of hockey. Yeah, Bob, I tend to agree more with that than that they're going to go with a reset or a retool. I mean, pretty much, he said the word doesn't mean anything to him. Reset, whatever word you want to use, doesn't mean anything to him. They're going to build a successful hockey team. That's basically them saying we're going to rebuild this team into a successful hockey team. That's what I got from it anyway. Andrew, yeah, I mean, it has to, they have to do it the right way, obviously, but I think it's a rebuild. But, you know, that's a better, like Colorado, can that happen? They're in different conference. Yeah, Colorado versus Florida, I could see that. Again, Laurentian, you don't have any proof of that. I'm not going to gossip about somebody like that because I have no way to prove that. And this channel is not here to just to shit on Drouin just because. BL, Gordon didn't get a chance to finish the job, not because the owner wanted a tougher team. Nope. Because someone on the team, they put out some kind of a press release criticizing the league for something. I don't remember now off the top of my head what it was about. And Gordon and Davidson got fired over that. Even though they didn't do it, but they didn't control it either. And that's what they got fired over. You met Drew at McDonald's and you got that vibe, so you know everything about him. I met him at McDonald's. I know the guy. Oh, Rangers lost his Habs game. That's right. Harry living dangerously. I don't know about great player, but I mean he is. He's pretty consistent in that he produces pretty much within a range of points every year. And yeah, I mean I'm not a Drouin lover by any means necessarily, but I'm not going to sit here and shit on him all over. I shit all over him because of something about happened in school that I have no proof about. You met Cole 3 times very high, so you must know him like everybody else just meets a guy and they know him. You met him 3 times. You must like know him like since he's a kid. X3J. Wasn't a criticism on you, by the way. Laurentians, let's talk about. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. Andrew, I have a video out on that. Interestingly, they will want this retool or rebuild to happen fast. No, that is actually not what they said at all. He called for patience. Going to need patience. That doesn't sound like happening fast. Yeah, I mean, I have 3 untouchables. I wouldn't trade Suzuki, Romanov, and Caden Gooley right now. Those are my 3 untouchables for this season. So if you could combine Gallagher's heart with Drouin's talent, think about the player you would have. You have a really solid playmaker who showed up every game. Again, Renault knows everything. Other players resent Drouin. I've not seen a thing from anybody to say that, hey, that guy doesn't like Drouin. Let's gossip, man. Let's get some good gossip and lies out here. Hey, Roger, how's it going? Harry, exactly. And that's what I think, 2 to 3 years, we're going to have patience. Team's going to be pretty sucky. By year 3, they should start getting better. That's what I would think. And then, go from there. Yeah, Entertap, he did say that identity. Got to identify what a Montreal Canadiens player is, and go from there. I say that a lot. Go from there. Come on, man. Look. Caulfield not a keeper. I know. I don't have him on my keepers list. He really should be, but I don't know. I guess when I did the video, I was thrown off by his. It's just the season. I want to see him start producing. I don't know. But you're right. He should probably be there. Oh, BL, I'm not that far off from you. Like, I didn't have Caulfield, but I mean, I could easily put him in there. Probably right. Caught me on a bad day when I did the video with Caulfield, but I don't think there's a ton that you could say are untouchable, but I think those guys are. Toffoli, yeah. Well, I don't know that. I think Toffoli can bring you back something. So, but you might be right. They might keep him, and he has said that he wants to stay. Kind of. He basically did say that without saying those exact words. I mean, that's what he meant. His contract's a good contract. I could see them keeping him. I think I said it in yesterday's video. Harry, like Drouin is who he is, right? I think the main thing with Drouin, as much as a lot of us don't like him, and we see him this way and that way, and this way and that way, he still produces his points every year. That's got to mean something. If they don't trade Price, it won't be a slow rebuild. I don't think it takes as long to rebuild a team as it once did. So, 2-3 years. Does Price want? Look, it's in the end, it's up to Price, really, right? He has the no movement. They can't force the trade. So if he wants to go, they'll probably make it happen. But yeah, I don't think it'll be like a 5-year rebuild. We might not get to be a contender till year 5, but I don't think it'll take that long to start getting better. Andrew, what a great idea. I like that. Andrew's got that's it. Just trade him for KK. Let's get KK back. Laurentian, I'm going to say this. If you want to keep putting that kind of garbage up about somebody, show me proof or stop talking about Drouin like that, please. You got no proof of this, and I don't even want to see it. Toffoli strikes me as similar to Koivu, not necessarily in talent or play, but in terms of being loyal to the team that treats him right and wants him there. Well, that's what a leader is, right? Price has no other offers. He's signed to a contract. Can't offer him shit or it's tampering. Besides, he's signed to a contract. I just wondering if you guys notice the stuff that I'm ignoring here in the chat, right? You know why I'm ignoring it. I think you'd figure that out, but Andrew, I wish I could. I wish I could. I have done that before. A cigar, man. It's been that kind of week, man. I know what that's like. Laurentian, next thing you say like that, besides I'm leaving anyway, but you're gonna get booted, my friend. It doesn't matter. I'm leaving in a minute. Yeah, I'm overdue. I'm trying to get to the bottom here. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. Come on, man. Trying to get to the bottom of it. Andre, you're a little bit late. I'm about to go, but hey, buddy. Andrew, yeah, I don't know. I think Monty's been, I think he's got a lot of issues as far as positional and stuff like that, but he's young. I think he's showing good promise. So I think they hang on to him. Hey, sup, Jofo in the house. Hey, listen, anytime. I'm struggling and getting a podcast and shit done in this goddamn pandemic. But if you invite me, I'll be there. Just invite me, I'll be there. No worries, buddy. The only thing that could keep me is a game, so you got to make sure there's no game that night. But other than that, hey, I was thinking about it the other day, actually. Last week, I was thinking about you guys, and I was going, I'd love to do the show again. That's Tracks in the house. BL, yeah, I'm gonna go in a few minutes. There's time. It's 10 o'clock the game, so I'm not worried about that. You're doing it. You're doing the in the. I'll only ask you this because I would. Well, is it Monday at 9? Yeah, that might be tough for me honestly, but I would, but only if you guys are vaxxed. That's my only thing. I just don't want, I'm just being careful that way. But because I'm boosted and all that. Doesn't mean we can't transfer germs and all that. And I get it, but you know what I'm saying? I have a feeling you are. I got to make sure. But I would do that. I would come over. Definitely. I know you in LaSalle. My son lives in LaSalle, my middle boy. Give me a reason to go over to his place. I figured you were, buddy. I figured you were. So yeah, let's reach you got my email. Let's the words won't even come out. That's how freaking excited I am now. But yeah, sounds like a lot of fun actually. Ooh, a good top 6 player we already. Ryan, I don't know that we rated him, but I think he's taking a little longer to develop. He's having a bad year. The whole team's having a bad year, so I'm not going to write off Caulfield over that. Andrew, well, where do you live anyway? I don't know why I confuse you and Andre. I know Andre's in Russia. I know you're not, but I don't think you're in Canada. Paling needs to be top 6. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, I think I'm going to take off here, guys. I'm over an hour. I didn't think I'd be over an hour on this. Besides, people don't want to rewatch these shows when they're too long. It's one of the reasons why I when I do the pregame early, has a little longer out there to sort of percolate and get some extra views. That's pretty much it. Trax, don't be sorry, man. I feel it's me that's been missing in action. I haven't been able to watch you guys' podcast because there's so many games these days on Monday, or I'm freaking dead tired. I see it out there and it's like, oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. So it's like, but it's me that's been MIA. So no worries, buddy. But it sounds like a lot of fun to actually be in the studio, man. Hey, Bob, have a good one. Hopefully you'll be at the game. Oh, you won't be. All right, so that's it. I'm gonna take off here. Everybody, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great night. If you can, hey, drop by and check us out. Check me out anyway. I doubt Matt will be at the be on the stream tonight because it only starts at 10. He's got to work tomorrow, so I don't expect Matt will be there. But come check me out. We'll talk. I'll keep you informed on the game if you can't watch it. If you're not in an area where you can watch it, and hey, that's it. It's Price and Nets tonight. Laurentians, if you're going to talk hockey with people, you ought to bloody well know that. That's all I could say, man. All right, that's it for me. What a show. Fake Joe Biden. I don't know. Are you insane? Some of you guys, like with some of your things you're telling me tonight? I don't know. Is it a full moon tonight? Is it a full moon? Because it must be. It must be. Anyway, have a good night. Hopefully, I'll see you on the next one and at the game. If not, enjoy the game if you can, wherever you are. And that's it. That's all. Stay safe till I'm back here. And peace out, y'all. See you in a bit. Bye, everybody. No, we don't need Trump, Andrew. We don't need Trump. I don't want a Trump impersonator. If somebody comes in impersonating Trump in my chat, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to say hi. I'm not going to laugh. I'm kicking you out, blocking you, as a matter of fact. So don't do it. Bye.